So, we all know that plants have the ability to prevent, treat, and cure all sorts of ailments and diseases. But I've always wondered how we first discovered this. I've always wondered, was there just somebody in each village that was mad enough to try anything? And I think it was through trial and error. But we also owe a lot to animals for showing us which plants are medicinal and how to use those plants. So, a few months ago, scientists observed a male Sumatran orangutan with a face injury, and he got this face injury from an altercation with another male, and he was observed to go and seek out a particular liana, which is one of those big woody vines that you see in jungles, and he chewed on the leaves of this woody vine and then applied the juices from the leaves onto his facial wound. And as a final step to the treatment, he actually grabbed a load of these leaves and he covered the wound fully with them. And it just so happens that this particular species of liana is well known for its antibacterial, its anti-inflammatory, antioxidant and pain relieving properties, and it's used a lot in traditional medicine. So chimpanzees are another great example. In one study there was this male chimpanzee and he was seen to have an injured hand, and he probably got that injured hand from fighting because that's what male chimps like to do. But anyway, he was seen to be in distress and he was seeking out some relief, and he eventually came across a particular fern, and this fern is known to be highly anti-inflammatory, and he consumed it. And this fern would have helped to reduce the pain and the swelling in that injured hand. Now, obviously, most plants have toxins in some form or another, and they're fine in small amounts. But if you're a herbivore and you're eating plants from dawn till dusk, sometimes that can be a toxin overload. So you have to have some type of adaptation to cope with all these toxins, and loads of animals do have particular types of adaptations, but failing that, there are other methods. So one other method of kind of self-medication in animals is called geophagy. So what some animals will do to cope with the toxin overload from plants is they'll consume the dirt that the plants are in. A couple of handfuls of soil then is a great way to neutralise and buffer the toxins that you get from plants. So not only are plants a great way to self-medicate, but also the very soil that they grow into.